All right, let's talk about two words you hear all the time in the product world: roadmap and changelog. They seem pretty simple, right? But here's the thing. A lot of companies get them mixed up. And today, we're going to break down exactly what they are, what they aren't, and why getting it right is, well, it's a really big deal. So you might be thinking, what's the big deal? A roadmap shows where you're going, a changelog shows where you've been. Easy enough. But you'd be surprised how many companies, from tiny startups to huge corporations, totally mess this up. We see it all the time: finished features popping up on a roadmap or vague future ideas getting teased in a changelog. Why does this happen? And more importantly, why should you even care?
And look, this isn't just some nitpicky, you used the wrong word kind of thing. No way. This confusion creates actual real world problems. We're talking mismatched expectations, seriously frustrated users, and a product message that's just a total mess. Because when your users can't tell if you're making a plan or making a promise, you start to erode something incredibly precious: their trust.
Okay, so the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to picture a timeline. That's it, just a simple line. On one end, you have the future, and on the complete opposite end, you have the past. That's our framework. One tool lives in the what's next, and the other lives in the what's done. Let's dive in. So first up, let's talk about the roadmap. The name says it all, right? It's a map. It's all about charting a course, showing everyone where you plan to go. It is 100% forward-looking. So what is it, really? Well, think of a roadmap as your strategic guide. It's not supposed to be a laundry list of every little feature. Instead, it focuses on the big picture, the high-level themes, things like improving our onboarding experience or expanding mobile capabilities. Its main job is to signal your intent and communicate the product's general direction. The really cool thing about a roadmap is how it explains the why behind your decisions. You use it to get everyone on the same page, from your own internal teams to your customers, about what problems you're aiming to solve next. It's the perfect tool for getting feedback before you've invested tons of time into a final design, and for telling a great story about your product's journey. And if you remember one thing about roadmaps, please make it this: a roadmap is all about intent. It's not a guarantee. Let me say that again. It is not a guarantee. It's a statement of direction, a declaration of your priorities. It is not a binding contract with release dates etched in stone. Because, let's be real, things change, priorities shift, and a solid roadmap has to be flexible enough to shift with them. Okay, now let's jump to the other end of that timeline. If the roadmap is all about what could be, the changelog is firmly planted in what is. It's the official record of what is already shipped. A changelog is, pretty simply, a history book for your product. It documents every single update, improvement, and bug fix after it's already live and in the hands of your users. There's no speculation here. It's all about the facts. So what's it good for in practice? Well, a few things. First, it's your loudspeaker for shouting, "Hey, we just launched this cool new thing," so people actually use it. It also helps you guide users through those changes, which cuts down on confusion and those "how do I do this now" support tickets. And third, it's proof. It's a running tally of your progress, and over time, it becomes this amazing historical document showing just how much your product has grown. And that is the absolute key. A changelog builds trust because it's proof of execution. Its power is in its accuracy. It's a factual, verifiable record of what you've done. It should never, ever tease what's coming next because its entire credibility rests on telling the truth about what just happened. All right, so we've got a handle on both. Now for the fun part. Let's put them right next to each other and really highlight the contrasts. This is where any lingering confusion is just going to melt away. If you want to boil it all down to just one word for each, here it is. A roadmap is about direction. Where are we headed? A changelog is about delivery. What have we shipped? That's really the heart of it. This table really lays it all out. But instead of just reading it, let's pick out a couple of the juiciest differences. Look at audience. Who are you talking to? A roadmap is often for prospects, for stakeholders. You're selling the vision. But a changelog, that's for your actual users and your support team, the people who need the nitty-gritty details of what just happened. Or check out the tone. A roadmap is strategic. It's exploratory. It asks, what if? A changelog is the opposite. It's declarative. It's factual. It simply says, here's what we did, full stop. So it's super clear they're different beasts, but here's the twist. That doesn't mean they're enemies. In fact, they're not even competitors. They're partners. And the best, most trusted product teams use them together. And this right here
This is the magic. This is the ideal setup. You use your roadmap to set the direction, to tell everyone, here's where we think we should go, and then you use the changelog to close that loop, to come back and say, hey, remember that thing we said we'd do? We did it. It creates this incredibly powerful cycle of communication and trust.
And that cycle creates something we could call a trust loop. It starts when an idea shows up on the roadmap. That's step one. You're signaling intent. Then, sometime later, that feature gets built and it's announced in the changelog. That's step two, delivery. And what's the result? Step three, trust is built. Why? Because your users see a clear, visible line connecting your plans to your actions. They see you deliver on your vision. So let's end with this thought. A great roadmap can build a ton of excitement, and that's wonderful. But excitement can fade. True, deep, lasting trust, that doesn't come from just sharing your plans. It's built by showing up, again and again, with visible, tangible proof that you're getting it done. And that is the powerful partnership of a roadmap and a changelog working in perfect harmony.